November 15, 1966, Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Two young couples are driving through the abandoned TNT area when their headlights illuminate something that shouldn't exist. A massive gray creature with glowing red eyes and wings spanning 10 feet steps into the road ahead of them. When they floor the gas pedal, the thing takes flight and keeps pace with their car at 100 miles per hour. But here's what most people don't know. The sightings didn't start with those four teenagers, and the creature's connection to one of America's deadliest disasters goes far deeper than anyone realized. Welcome to Sketchy Phenomena, and today we're diving into the true story of the Mothman, a case that involves government cover-ups, mysterious phone calls, and a pattern that suggests something far more sinister than a simple cryptid encounter. Hit that subscribe button because what you're about to learn will change everything you thought you knew about America's most famous monster. November 15, 1966. The story that made headlines began when two young couples, Roger and Linda Scarberry and Steve and Mary Mollett, were driving through the abandoned World War II munitions plant known as the TNT area. Around 11:30 p.m., their headlights caught something moving. A gray, humanoid creature standing 7 feet tall with massive wings and two large, hypnotic red orbs for eyes. The creature moved toward their car. Roger Scarberry floored the accelerator, racing toward Point Pleasant at over 100 miles per hour. That's when things got truly terrifying. The creature took flight and began following them, keeping perfect pace without any apparent effort. Linda Scarberry described the sound of its wings as a mechanical whirring that seemed to come from everywhere at once. The pursuit continued for miles until they reached the city limits, where the creature suddenly veered away. They drove straight to the sheriff's office, and Deputy Millard Halstead actually drove back to investigate that same night. They found no creature, but discovered something unsettling. The area was filled with dead birds scattered around the building. Here's where it gets interesting. November 15th wasn't the first Mothman encounter. 5 days earlier, gravedigger Kenneth Duncan saw a large, winged creature fly over trees in nearby Clendenin. Construction workers at the TNT area had been reporting strange occurrences for weeks. Unusual footprints, mechanical sounds at night, and unexplained lights. The TNT area wasn't random. During World War II, it had been the site of classified military experiments involving chemical weapons production. The facility processed hundreds of thousands of pounds of explosives, and many concrete igloos still contained residual chemicals the government never fully cleaned up. Following November 15th, Point Pleasant was flooded with Mothman sightings from credible witnesses including police officers, firefighters, and pilots. But unlike typical monster encounters, the creature rarely showed aggressive behavior. It watched, it followed, but it rarely attacked. Thomas Urey had the most detailed daylight encounter on November 25th. He saw the creature standing in a field, and when he stopped his car, the Mothman spread its wings and flew directly toward his vehicle. Urey described a wingspan of at least 10 feet and noted that it flew with a smooth, almost mechanical motion. As sightings increased throughout 1967, Point Pleasant experienced unusual activity beyond creature encounters. Mary Heyer, the local reporter covering the story, began receiving threatening phone calls telling her to stop investigating. The most unsettling aspect was the appearance of men in black, individuals who claimed to be federal agents but carried no proper identification. These men would visit witnesses and pressure them to remain quiet. John Keel, who wrote the Mothman Prophecies, documented dozens of these encounters. What's particularly disturbing is that some of these mysterious visitors seemed to know about future Mothman sightings before they happened, warning witnesses about upcoming encounters or suggesting they avoid certain areas on specific dates. The most famous aspect of the Mothman legend is its connection to the Silver Bridge collapse. On December 15, 1967, at 5 p.m. during rush hour, the bridge suddenly collapsed, plunging dozens of vehicles into the icy Ohio River. 46 people died. There had been increased Mothman activity around the Silver Bridge in the weeks leading up to the collapse. Multiple witnesses reported seeing the creature perched on the bridge's towers. Several witnesses reported that the Mothman had communicated with them telepathically, warning them about an impending disaster. Even more disturbing, some witnesses received phone calls from unidentified individuals warning them to avoid the bridge on December 15th. After the bridge collapse, Mothman sightings in Point Pleasant virtually ceased. Dr. Robert Smith, a wildlife biologist from West Virginia University, spent months investigating the phenomena. His research revealed several patterns. Most sightings occurred in areas with high electromagnetic activity, and many witnesses reported feeling physically ill after encounters. Most intriguingly, Smith discovered that the TNT area had unusually high levels of background radiation. Multiple witnesses reported finding unusual 12-inch footprints with 3 toes and claw marks. Plaster casts were made, and they didn't match any known animal species. Dead animals, particularly birds, were found in large numbers around sighting areas. Veterinary examinations revealed no obvious trauma or disease, leading some to speculate that the creatures had been killed by some kind of energy field. What's particularly interesting is that modern encounters often occur during times of local crisis. The 2016 sightings coincided with severe flooding in West Virginia, and a 2022 encounter happened just days before a major chemical spill in the Ohio River. This pattern suggests the Mothman may be drawn to areas experiencing environmental stress or impending disaster. Whether it's trying to warn people or is simply attracted to negative energy remains a mystery. So what exactly is the Mothman? Misidentified birds, mass hysteria, or hoaxes don't account for the consistency of witness reports or the physical evidence. The most compelling theory is that the Mothman represents some kind of interdimensional entity that exists at the boundaries of our reality. The creature's ability to appear and disappear at will, its apparent knowledge of future events, and its connection to electromagnetic phenomena suggest something far more exotic than an unknown animal. Perhaps most disturbing is the possibility that the Mothman is connected to secret government experiments. The involvement of mysterious officials, the electromagnetic phenomena, and the apparent cover-up efforts suggest that authorities knew more than they were willing to admit. The Mothman case remains one of the most compelling and well-documented cryptid encounters in American history. Unlike many monster stories, this one involves multiple credible witnesses, physical evidence, and a pattern of events that suggests something genuinely anomalous was occurring. Whether the Mothman was a harbinger of disaster, an interdimensional visitor, or something else entirely, the case demonstrates that reality is far stranger than we typically imagine. The witnesses have maintained their stories for decades, and many continue to believe they encountered something genuinely extraordinary. What's your take on the Mothman? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more sketchy phenomena. If this strange tale got your mind racing with questions, you're definitely going to want to check out these videos.